Y'all, I dropped out of school. Me, the surplus queen. I dropped out of school. But let me tell y'all the true testimony behind that. Just so you guys may not know, I'm Karen Michelle with Loyalty Royalty Recovery, and I am into the surplus overage business, and I wouldn't do anything other than this. So let me start off with telling you guys, first, my education has always been somewhat important to me, but it really didn't play a huge factor in my life until I saw how disappointed it made my mother when they told me I wasn't going to be able to graduate. And that hurt her so bad. I could see it in her eyes. I could just see it. And I needed to know what to do to make her happy. I really needed to figure some things out in life, because one thing I did not want was to be a disappointment to my mother. So, speeding things up, my senior year in high school, I was actually classified as a freshman. That's because I wasn't doing my work. I wasn't taking anything serious. I was just playing around, just, being a kid. And I remember the counselor calling me into the office, and she was pretty much saying, hey, you're not going to be able to walk with your class until you complete all of 9th grade, 10th, and 11th grade, and 12th grade at that. So I'm like, okay, this is 4 years I'm going to have to complete to walk with my class in 1 year. Okay, challenge. All right, we're on. I'm going to get serious now. I'm going to really do this. Like, okay, what do I need to do? So my mom, and she goes and enrolls me at this alternative school, and it was in like a rough part of of Dallas, and I was there with other kids that may have gotten kicked out of school because they were fighting, or early pregnancy. It was a whole lot of situations going on there, but I had to make up in my mind that I was going to do what I needed to do for not just mom, but for myself and for my children. I wasn't even thinking about kids at that time. I was young. I was one of those teens that I didn't do that teen pregnancy. My mom didn't play that. She just didn't play it. So I wasn't, but I knew in the future I would be married and have children and everything. So I had to make some wise decisions. So we walked into the alternative school, and we went into the principal's office there. And she sat down with my mom and I, and she said, you know what? I've never seen anyone do this before. You're needing to complete 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade in 1 year. I've never seen this happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I've never seen this happen before. So you know what you need to do. Get it done. Do what you need to do and get out of here. My mom looked at me. I looked at my mom. I was like, okay, Mom, I got it. So long story short, I got through my senior year classified as a freshman, okay? And I got through, and I graduated, and I walked with my class. And that was like the best day of my life, because that day I knew that whatever I put my mind to, I could do it. I knew it. From there, I was like, oh no, nothing I can't overcome. I mean, it's just impossible. I can overcome anything. So that really gave me, y'all don't understand how much juice and energy that gave me as an 18-year-old. I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do anything in life. So I went off to college, and I did a year of college, and that's when the light bulb just kind of went off in my head. And I kind of like went back to my old ways, like, okay, I really don't care for college. I really don't want to do this. This is not for everyone, and this is really not for me. And so, oh gosh, yeah, I'm outdoors, and there's like wasps. Give me a second. Let me try to swat them away. Go. Go. Oh my god, I choose to do a video outdoors today. So anyway, I'm gonna give them a little leeway. Okay, so I left school after a year, and I decided to go get a Just Over Broke. And I moved out at the age of 19 and got my own place. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna work and, work these, jobs or whatnot, and try to make, ends meet, and, and whatnot. Long story short, college is not for everyone. And had I known about surplus funds and this trade right here, this particular, I would have been on my way. I would have been on my way at the age of 19, successful, making 6 figures, had I known. But it didn't quite go like that, So what I'm trying to say is, and my point I'm trying to get to you is that sometimes we spend so much time trying to go to school, college, and get all of this under our belt, 4 or 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, I'm not sure, however long, whatever program you're in college. We go to school for these X amount of years, and then we come out and we end up not even using the degree that we were going in for. And I've seen it happen. I've seen people go in, they get their degree in accounting and don't even use the degree in accounting. They end up going off being a teacher or something, or doing something completely different. And so by the time you look up, you have all these student loans of money, you have to pay, for, college and whatnot, and you're not even operating in that degree. So what I'm saying is, surplus funds, you don't have to go to school for this. You don't. Yes, do you have to have your basic education? Yes. Do you have to have communication skills? Yes. Do you have to be able to know how to read? Yes. Do you have to know how to be able to communicate through email and, whatnot? Yes, you do. But it's nothing that you would have to go to college for. And that's why I encourage a lot of my friends and family that have young ones that are coming out of high school or graduating from college. I try to tell them about the surplus funds, because this is something like idea that their children can actually get into, while they're trying to figure things out. Now, I'm not trying to say, no, don't go to school and all that don't go to college and all that. I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing my journey, my story. But if I could go back and change some things, I probably would not even force myself to go to college. Had I known about surplus funds, I would have jumped right in. And I know without a doubt, had I jumped to surplus funds coming out of high school, I would be making 6 figures. I will be like killing the game right now. But this is something that is just so rewarding. It's something, like I said, you can pass down to your children's children. This is a family business. This is something you can start for your entire family, Start the young ones off, early. Hey, start, make copies of this for me. Start explaining some of the basic things to them. Let them look over some of the paperwork so they can become familiar with what documents you're looking at and what you're looking for in the documents, Let them sit in on the phone calls when you're talking to your claimants on the phone. Let them sit there when you're doing your Zoom call with the attorneys. Let them sit in and hear what's going on, because they're going to learn by just sitting in and watching you, For example, Beyonce's on her Renaissance tour, and Little Blue Ivy is up there performing with her mom. Y'all, this didn't happen overnight. Blue Ivy has been watching her mom dance since day one, since she could identify objects in front of her. This didn't happen overnight. So be that example. I promise you, if you bring your children in and show them now, they will gravitate to what you're doing, and they will have it just as down packed as you. So that was my story. I just wanted to share with you guys. I know my phone is probably overheating because it is very warm out here in Dallas, Texas today. I don't know how it creeped up to 90 degrees, but it did. And I'm not surprised. I'm just kind of like, woo, it is hot out here. But I wanted to share that story with you guys. I've never shared that story about my high school experience and college experience. But, to each his own. Don't take it personal about, me saying, college is not for everyone. It wasn't for me, and I wasn't going to sit there for 4 years and pretend like it was for me. I completely dropped out. I went on and did other great things. I went into the fashion industry, and I was actually going to college for fashion. And literally my visual merchandise class, I was sitting in there one Saturday, and she was going over, I forgot what it was she was going over, but I was just so bored. And my friend had shot me a text, a guy that I was working with. His name is Ron, another Ron. I don't know what it is about Rons, but he was like, hey, what are your thoughts about Fashion Week in September? And I was like, oh, that sounds like, And I thought about it for a minute. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just take a leap of faith. I'm going to go ahead and go to New York Fashion Week, soak it all in, take it all in, learn what I need to learn. And I'm going to come back to Dallas, and I'm going to throw a bomb-ass fashion show. This is like, I'm literally in class thinking this. Like, I'm like imagining this, y'all, because my imagination can go so far. And so I'm really like thinking this. And so I get up, and I was like, okay, it's been great. It's been, wonderful. I told my teacher, I said, I'm sorry, but this is going to be my last day. I'm going to go ahead and go. And she was like, what? In the middle of the semester? I'm like, yeah, I got to go chase my dreams. And my dream is not sitting here, it's just not sitting here and listening to and reading out of a textbook and reading about what's going on in New York. Like, this is not it. So I left, and like within a couple of, I want to say within 4 weeks, I was off to New York for Fashion Week. And I went and I took it all in. It was so beautiful. It was my first time in New York. I was so excited. I was backstage meeting so many people, designers, celebrities. It was just amazing. And I sat like third row. They say in Fashion Week, you sit third row all the way to the first. You made it. So I was like, I done made it. I mean, if you can see Nicki Minaj come in with her blue wig on, sitting front row, and you're like right behind her, you made it. So I soaked it all in. I watched the show from beginning to end, and I took everything, and I came back home to Dallas, and I put on one of the hugest, tremendous, beautiful, splendid fashion show. And I had over 400 people attend this show, and I flew in different designers from Project Runway and some of the, I think I keep hearing like a waltz around me, Project Runway, and a lot of the reality fashion shows that were out, So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I went in 4 years strong producing fashion shows and dabbling in the fashion industry, and then I just kind of drifted off from that and started doing something else. So that's my testimony, y'all. I'm just telling you, chase after your dreams. Chase after, if you visualize yourself doing something, especially with these surplus funds, go do it. Go after it. I promise you, it's rewarding. It is. Do not feel defeated. Do not feel discouraged about not being able to land a deal right away, because I'm telling you, it will come. Okay, when you spiritually align yourself with the Most High, He will give you what you need. Okay, don't worry about if you don't have a claim, if you don't have anything yet, or no one's answering the phone, they'll call you back. I promise you, I have put so many phone calls out there. They'll wait a month or two before they even call you back. These people don't check their voicemails, nor do they check their emails. But when the right time comes, they will call you back. Somebody's going to call you back. Or just like you'll run into someone and you'll tell someone what you do, and then they'll know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that's just been foreclosed on, and now you're helping somebody. You helping someone recover some funds. So I love you guys. It's getting hot out here. I feel like I'm rambling on. I love y'all. Have a beautiful day. I love sharing my testimonies because I hope that they encourage you guys to keep pushing forward in what you're doing. If it's surplus funds, if it's whatever you're doing, keep pushing forward. Stay positive. All right. Peace and love. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.